In the aftermath of a sweeping executive order by US President Donald Trump, NASA has dismissed one of its most prominent Indian origin executives, Neela Rajendra. This order was aimed at targeting diversity programs across federal agencies. Once leading NASA's DIA efforts, Rajendra's ousting marks the latest move in a federal-level rollback of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. But the story runs deeper, involving budget wars, internal reshuffling, and a quiet attempt by NASA, world's most prestigious scientific agencies, to protect one of its own. As an Indian, I feel a sense of pride knowing that one of the world's most prestigious scientific agencies, NASA, took this risk and tried to shield Neela Rajendra from the eyes of the US federal crackdown. But despite those efforts, I can't help but feel disheartened by her dismissal. This year, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory confirmed the removal of Neela Rajendra, a long-time executive who once headed the agency's diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Her dismissal comes directly in response to President Trump's new executive order, which bans DEI efforts in all federal departments. Although the White House order was issued in early March, JPL had initially tried to sidestep it. On March 10th, Rajendra was quietly reassigned to a new position, head of the Office of Team Excellence and Employee Success, a rebranded role meant to keep her on board without officially defying the presidential directive. But that move didn't work for long. On April 10th, an internal email from NASA JPL Director Lori Leshin was circulated to staff as an official statement. It read, "Neela Rajendra is no longer working at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. We are incredibly grateful for the lasting impact she made to our organization. We wish her the very best." Rajendra had run the lab's Central Diversity Office for years and played a key role in shaping NASA's Space Workforce 2030 pledge, an initiative designed to increase representation of women and minorities in science and engineering roles. She also oversaw employee affinity groups like the Black Excellence Strategic Team. Now, ironically, when JPL faced severe financial strain in February 2024 and laid off 8% of its workforce, nearly 530 employees, Rajendra was among a handful of DEI staff who survived the cuts. At that time, over 900 DEI-related positions had already been eliminated across NASA. The lab was grappling with slashed funding for its $11 billion Mars sample return mission, which saw a 63% budget cut from Congress. Cost containment forced a hiring freeze and contractor layoffs, but DEI leadership, including Rajendra, was preserved until now. So what was NASA's role in the matter? NASA's internal reshuffling of Rajendra's position appears to have been a strategic move, a bid to shield her from the Trump administration's crackdown. But with pressure mounting and clearer enforcement guidelines issued in April, the agency was forced to comply. Several other federal bodies have followed suit, with diversity offices shut down and hundreds of DEI roles eliminated in what many civil rights organizations are calling a federal purge. Now coming on to the most important question here. Why is President Trump targeting DEI programs and being firm on Rajendra's removal from NASA? President Trump argues that DEI programs are a device and a misuse of public funds, a view now being operationalized across key government bodies. The Trump administration contends that such initiatives enforce ideological conformity and prioritize identity over merit. Officials claim these programs foster inclusionary practices under the guise of inclusion, and that federal institutions must focus solely on excellence and neutrality. Now, sadly for NASA, this decision ends Neela Rajendra's long tenure, but also raises questions about the future of inclusive hiring and employee support in one of the world's most prestigious scientific agencies. So viewers, what do you think? What does Neela Rajendra's removal say about the future of inclusion at NASA? Is diversity in space exploration no longer a priority? Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section, and for further updates on this developing story, like, share and subscribe to the Savera. You can download the app for real-time news. Subscribe to our YouTube, Instagram, Facebook and X handle, and don't forget to download the Savera app.